What is going on, my movie nerds? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be going over Predator Badlands. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo, and if you guys like talking anything movie, TV show, video game related, or just anything nerdy, you are in the right place. And like I said, today we're talking about Predator Badlands. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, I'm a pretty casual fan of the Predator franchise. Obviously, the first one was an absolute classic. Prey was an absolute amazing movie. And then this movie was also very fantastic. But I've always been someone that was more on the Alien franchise side. I always preferred that franchise even more so, even though originally they weren't connected, but through many different outlets, they've since now been part of the same universe for quite a while now. Even if we don't want to acknowledge the AVP stuff, there is still some sort of context that makes them connected. And we kind of get a little bit of that in this movie as well, to kind of insinuate that there might be some crossings in the future. But overall, I am still just a casual Predator fan. I absolutely love the Predator design. I think it's such a great creature design. And again, once again, that first movie is an absolute classic, and we've had some pretty good ones throughout this universe. There have been some pretty bad ones as well, but overall, I still enjoy the Predator franchise. But before I give you my pros and cons on this movie, let me know what you guys thought about the movie in the comment section down below. Also, let me know how you guys feel about the entire Predator franchise as a whole. Definitely also hit that like and subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pros. Start with my pros. Just an absolute fun, great story here. You know, very simple, nothing too complicated. It's your standard classic revenge story, trying to prove yourself type of story, you know, trying to one up someone, show someone up that didn't believe in you type of story. And it does that very, very well. It wears out on the shoulder, it knows what it is, and it does it to its best capability. So again, it's just an absolute classic, very simple template of a story that just throws all these different things at you that just make this movie so awesome. You know, you start off with this great opening scene with this immense, beautiful, great landscape, and that score hits hard, and you get a great battle between our main character, our main Predator that we follow throughout the entire movie, Deck, and his brother. And it's a cool little fight sequence here. The great choreography, great effects, great just everything that's going on in this sequence, this opening sequence. Just absolutely amazing hand-to-hand combat. They did a fantastic job with this opening sequence, and then you get a little bit of a tragic, you know, intro as well after all that happens with, you know, brother and the father, and you know, the father being very kind of disowning of our main character Deck, you know, calling him the weakest Predator in his clan, and him trying to prove something to his father, trying to be, you know, the Predator that his father wants him to be, because his dad is essentially like the main Predator of this clan, and him trying to go after this unkillable creature to prove his father wrong. And you know, you get a little tragic sequence there in the beginning. He flies off to the planet where this creature is at, that's going to be his trophy. You get a crazy opening sequence in this planet as well, with amazing creature designs, all these different plant life, and you know, beasts and monsters, and a great action sequence once again. And after all that happens, you get that title card. So it's a very hard-hitting intro, you know, sets the tone for the rest of the movie, sets what this is going to be, and it's just one badass ride right off the bat from the rest, you know, pretty much going on from there. And again, I already touched on it a little bit, but the score as well is absolutely amazing. I was listening to the score literally on my way home from work to come do this video, because it was just an absolutely incredible score. You have great performances. You know, obviously the Predator is mainly, you know, a mixture of, you know, CGI and practical effects. They did use like an actual mask, but kind of use CGI to kind of enhance it and use it for the movements and stuff, of course, of like it's like tusk or whatever you want to call those things. So there was some CGI there that I thought did a pretty good job. It looked fairly realistic. And then you have like our main synthetic here that is from Weyland-Yutani. So there's that little connection there for Alien. I thought she did a fantastic job. Was a great like comedic relief, but also very badass at the same time. So I really enjoyed her introduction and her inclusion in this little journey that the Predator is going on. So it's just a fantastic performance all around. There's not many performances besides, the synthetic, because everything else is more CGI and there's no actual words being spoken from the Predator. It's its own language and you get subtitles and stuff like that. So, but overall, I think they just did a fantastic job with that as well. Once again, I was kind of spoken this a little bit, but essentially just the landscape, the planet that we're on for most of the movie, absolutely incredible visually. Just again, the creature designs, the plant life, everything they kind of throw at you here, just visually absolutely amazing as well. And this is just like a very fun, epic action movie here. There's not too much deepness to go into, other than this is just a fantastic kind of kind of lighting the fire back up again for the Predator franchise. We've had some pretty bad ones here and there. Obviously, we got Prey, that was an amazing movie, and then we also got Predator, Killer of Killers, which me personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I wasn't as high as a lot of people were, but that was still a great movie as well. I'm not, it wasn't bad at all. I still give it an overall positive review. And this one was just absolutely amazing. One of the best Predator movies we've gotten in the entire franchise. And in the last couple of years as well, of course. Yeah, I also really enjoyed just kind of the little difference that they did with the Predator itself, where we kind of get a little glimpse of it, where their main character is kind of like the weakest Predator in his clan, and that's kind of a nice little twist on the Predator creature, where in all other movies that we've seen the Predator, he is, or they are, like the most feared, Predator out there, the most feared fighters, one of the most dangerous creatures in the universe. And to kind of turn that on its head, to have someone that's meant to be, the weakest one, although he is still absolutely amazing in hand-to-hand combat, he's still a very dangerous, fighter as well. But to kind of turn on his head and him having to prove that he is actually, strong enough and skilled enough to be a Predator, I think that was a very unique way to do that, where it's not really the person you're rooting against, it's kind of the one you're rooting for. And I think that was a nice little twist on that, on that template of the Predator movies, to kind of turn it around on it, and you following the journey of the Predator, and hoping that the Predator completes his task and defeats all the beasts that it has to go against and get its trophy and prove his father wrong, and show up for the clan and be the Predator he wants to be. So I thought that was also a good little twist that they did on that formula as well. Overall, I thought this movie was just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely enjoyed every single moment of it. There's not really too much bad I can say about this movie. Such a fun, epic movie, and I'm so excited to see where they're going to go with this, because the ending sequences, the ending battle was absolutely amazing, and the way they kind of finish off the movie, where things are heading to, I'm very, very excited to see where this franchise goes from here on out. And if they do end up connecting, the Alien franchise even further into this, I will not be mad of it. If it's the quality of that this movie and Alien Romulus has been, that would be an absolutely epic little crossover if we do get something like that in the future. But as of right now, I'm very excited where they're heading with this franchise. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my cons. And I really don't have much. This was almost a perfect movie. It was so amazing. Such a fun little movie here. But the only thing I could probably say is the design of the Predator itself. A little bit different, not a little unique. Not that I necessarily hated it, but it did look more human than Predator-like. We always see the Predator with the big forehead, and you have like its, I don't know, we call it his hair, I guess, but it definitely had a little bit different look to it. It was still a decent design, but I think overall it was a little bit different, a little strange. And I don't mind people or the director or the story trying to make them look a little bit different, because I know there's different subclasses of Predators and different looks for them. But it was something that, even from the beginning, a lot of people didn't like the design of the Predator from the beginning, and even throughout the movie. Not that it took me out of it, but every once in a while I look at it and I'm like, it looks a little off. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the way this Predator looks. Besides that, there's really just little small things that I can probably nitpick here and there, but overall, this was just a fantastic addition to this universe, to this franchise. I'm so excited to see where they head things off, in the coming movies that they come up with this franchise. So very, very excited. Let me know what you guys think about the Predator franchise in the comment section down below. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. Again, let me know what you guys thought about this movie in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.